Step into the darkness where reality blurs and nightmares come alive. I always felt her presence, ever since I was a child. She was there, watching over me, her spectral form hovering just beyond the edge of my vision. At first, I was terrified by her, this ghostly apparition that seemed to haunt the halls of Elmswood Manor. But as I grew older, I came to realize that she was more than just a figment of my imagination. She was real, a guardian spirit bound to my family by blood and fate. Her name was Eleanor, or so my grandmother told me, a distant ancestor who had lived and died within these very walls. According to family legend, she had been a kind and gentle soul in life, a woman who had dedicated herself to protecting her loved ones at any cost. And now, in death, she continued to watch over us, her spirit bound to Elmswood Manor by an unbreakable bond of love and duty. For years, I embraced her presence, finding solace in the knowledge that I was never truly alone. But as I grew older, I began to sense that there was something darker lurking beneath her benevolent facade. Strange things began to happen. Objects would move of their own accord, shadows would dart through the corners of my vision, and a sense of unease settled over the house like a heavy fog. At first, I tried to ignore it, to dismiss it as nothing more than my overactive imagination. But as the incidents grew more frequent and more violent, I knew that I could no longer deny the truth. Eleanor was not the benevolent guardian she appeared to be. She was something else entirely, something malevolent and dangerous, and I was in more danger than I ever imagined. It started with small things, knickknacks knocked off shelves, doors slamming shut with a force that seemed almost supernatural. But as time went on, the manifestations grew more intense, more terrifying. I would wake in the middle of the night to find myself paralyzed, unable to move or speak as Eleanor's icy breath caressed my skin, her voice whispering cruel promises of protection and revenge. I tried to tell my family, to warn them of the danger that lurked within the walls of Elmswood Manor, but they dismissed my fears as nothing more than the ramblings of a troubled mind. They couldn't see Eleanor as I did, they couldn't sense the darkness that lurked behind her gentle facade. And then, one fateful night, everything changed. I woke to the sound of screams echoing through the halls, the air thick with the stench of blood and decay. I stumbled out of bed, my heart pounding in my chest as I raced through the house, searching for the source of the terror that gripped us all. What I found still haunts me to this day. My family lay slaughtered in their beds, their bodies twisted and broken, their eyes wide with terror. And standing over them, bathed in the pale moonlight that streamed through the windows, was Eleanor, her form twisted and contorted by a rage that seemed to consume her very essence. I knew then that I was her next target, that she would stop at nothing to claim me as her own. But I refused to be her victim, I refused to let her darkness consume me as it had consumed my family. With a strength born of desperation, I confronted Eleanor, facing her down in a battle of wills that spanned the ages. And in the end, it was love that saved me, love for my family, love for the home that had been tainted by darkness, and love for the spirit that had once been a guardian but had now become a monster. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Eleanor's form began to fade, her rage and hatred dissipating like mist in the morning sun. And as her spirit vanished into the ether, I knew that Elmswood Manor would never be the same, that the echoes of the past would linger forever in its shadowed halls, reminder of the price of love and the dangers of embracing the darkness within us all.